Now, she is one of the most famous and glamorous young women on the planet, but it seems not even Harry Potter star Emma Watson is immune from the politics of dating. She's revealed how she was rebuffed by a date, who she wouldn't name, when she tried to pick up the bill for their dinner.
I actually took a man out for dinner, and I chose the restaurant, and I offered to pay. And it was really awkward and uncomfortable. I'm just going to say that. It was not going down well. It was really? Not because, actually, I'm sure he would say he was a feminist, but he was just like, oh, this is a bit, I'm not really sure about this. It's making him feel a bit touchy.
The British film star, who is also a UN Goodwill ambassador, is now calling on women to be more chivalrous and for men to let them do it. But will it take off? And what is modern-day good etiquette for men and women? Joining me now to talk about this is Caroline Kent, who writes about relationships and dating for The Telegraph. And James Preece is an author and dating expert. James, always pay?
It really does depend who the person is that asks the other one out. If you ask somebody out, then you're expected to pay. Easy as that. The other person must always offer to pay as well. So make the gesture, get the wallet out, get the purse out and make the gesture.
Caroline, ever paid?
Have I ever paid? Oh, frequently. I think I completely agree. It's not about gender, it's about manners. It's about who instigates the date, who chooses where you're going, and also the circumstances of each person. So you would contribute what you could afford to contribute, and you would choose the location accordingly.
Bit of a minefield, isn't it? And Andrea Douglas on Facebook says, isn't that why women fought for equal rights decades ago? Well, and to be fair, still fighting for equal rights, so that we were equal. I wouldn't expect anyone to pay all of the bill or to stand up on a train or bus, which we'll talk about in a minute, to let me sit down either. James, this is the thing. This is why it's a tricky subject.
It really, really is. People don't know what the correct etiquette is. They do it wrong. If you split the bill, then you're not interested. If you pay the bill, then they expect something from you, perhaps.
Yeah.
So it's getting the balance right and never knowing what to do.
OK, look, Caroline, I'm going to start with you first. The first thing, this broadens things out. Should men always give women their seat?
Not necessarily. If someone's pregnant, then yes, of course. And I would
How do you
really...
know?
No, again, you don't know, except a baby on board badge, of course.
OK.
But I would think if I was wearing really high heels and someone offered me a seat, or I was carrying a heavy bag or having a tough day, then I would absolutely take a seat if a man offered me one on a train.
James, as a man, would you notice a woman wearing high heels and offer her a seat?
You'd notice, but not for the right reasons. OK. You wouldn't want to make conversation.
All right, you can have the next question then. The next one is modern-day manners. Should men always open doors?
Yes, they should. But for men and for women.
Yeah.
It's common courtesy.
I think everyone should open the door for everyone. That's just basic manners, isn't it? I would do that for a woman. I would do that for a man. And, yeah.
Janet Mann says opening doors is just good manners. Not everybody has them these days. I wonder if Janet, though, would answer this one. Should men, James, always carry bags?
Carry the ladies' bags?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what it is, yeah.
No. Women have very, very private things in their handbags.
You don't even have to go rifling through it. You just carry the thing.
They won't give it to you. Would you give a man your handbag?
I mean, shopping bags, you know.
I would, but I would also question why, because I'm perfectly capable of carrying my own handbag.
Exactly.
So I would think it's a little bit odd and outdated if a man did offer to do that.
Unless you were struggling.
Of course, of course, yeah.
Can a woman be chivalrous, though, to a man?
I think a woman can show respect and can show manners and can do what's appropriate in the circumstances.
So the answer is no, they can't show chivalry?
No, I don't think they can, no.
OK.
I think chivalry, the whole concept of chivalry is maybe a slight bit outdated.
Well, this is the thing, James. The flip side of this is should men still be chivalrous? Should you still try to be a gentleman, or is that just, you know, something for the last century?
Men should always try and be a gentleman. Why not? If you're the one person that makes that difference and you open the door or you hold someone's handbag, that lady's going to remember you. You make a difference in their lives, and that's the one person they want to see again.
I think it's about being a nice person. I don't think it's about being a gentleman. I think it's about being a polite person and a person that people want to spend time around. Whether you're a lady or a gentleman, then that's what you do. With
a general election coming up, it's funny, actually, that the Prime Minister has waded into this debate. David Cameron says, when talking about paying for dinner on a night out, we have a joint account, so it depends who remembers to bring their wallet. I try not to forget mine, let me put it that way. He's kind of hedging his bets a bit there, isn't he? And you know, he's not in the dating game anymore. He's married, so you know,
It doesn't really
everything goes out the window then.
It's a
joint
different
account.
story when you're married, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell me about it.